I'm Leanne Lee from divaofdiy.com, and you all know how much I love palette projects. Slide it right into place. That's going to hold it for you while you finish putting this together. So we do need to make sure that you know this is not a cooking segment.
Yes, it is not.
Right? This is a perfect example of finding inspiration. For starters, you're going to have your miter saw. Make sure you put your goggles on. We're reinventing last year's pots with some spray paint. We're going to use them and put our own new plants in them. So you can easily add some height variation before you paint them. Let me show you how easy it is using a nail gun to attach them to that fourth side. It's a chalk paint that we're going to make ourselves with a chalk paint additive and latex paint. Measured it against the back of my frame here and then used a pair of tin snips. And you'll feel it bite in. Make sure you get that bite. If you don't have a nail gun, feel free to use some liquid nail. I'm just using some old cabinet doors.
Of course you are. You're all about the upcycling.
Set it on the shelf and then you can make it as tall as you want. Add some baling wire, add some candles, and I promise you, no one will ever know that you didn't spend $100 on these beauties. Perfect. We're here at Junk Stock in Omaha, Nebraska, where there are over 100 vendors sharing their salvaged and repurposed items. And there are some vendors here from Kansas City who have made the trip here. We're going to introduce them to you. She has amazing tea towels. Tell me about them. How did you get started?
I wanted to make something that was cute for your kitchen, but it wasn't from a big box store.
And they are super cute.
Thank you.
And you can actually custom order them. So that's neat too. You can special make them for people. Tell us how they can get these items.
You can come see me every first Friday at Bella Patina, and then I also have an Etsy shop. It's greenbeekc.etsy.com.
We specialize in vintage jewelry, a lot of costume as well as fine, from about the 1800s up to about the 1970s. One of my favorite pieces that I have here is actually an Egyptian handmade piece out of the 20s.
Tell us where we can buy your items.
So I do pop-up events all around Kansas City, and then I also have an Etsy shop. It's Vintage Baubles and Bits on Etsy.
I'm really excited about steampunk. It's a style that is combining Victorian and industrial age type pieces.
I love it. Look at this piece here where she's taken gears and embed them in this beautiful bird for a necklace. So tell me where we can find you in Kansas City.
I'm in the West Bottoms area.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm actually specifically at Serendipity.
We like to take big, overstated, dramatic furniture pieces and paint them with our paint products, give it a really cool Italian look, and make things that are dated or that are scratched, and we paint them and make them beautiful and make them relevant for the house again.
And don't you feel like pieces that are more vintage are so much more structurally sound than the new pieces you buy now?
Oh, they absolutely are. The craftsmanship is incredible. The joints are better, solid wood.
So I always say, just because you paint it doesn't change its story. Dale from Redo can take care of it. Hi, I'm Leanne Lee with another episode of Truly Home with CapFed. Today we are talking about how to light up your home, literally. There are seriously endless amounts of lighting out there, and it's seriously a key element to creating a beautiful home. Today I'm with the owner of Best Lighting, Jim Klopp, and he is here to talk to us about all of the options in lighting today. Jim, there are so many options in lighting today. Tell me what you're seeing as the current trends.
Currently, the trends are all over the map. It's virtually anything goes. We're seeing a lot of industrial, we're seeing contemporary, we're seeing bling, we're seeing things that have been around forever being repurposed. We're seeing LEDs that change the whole form and function of how things are done, because now shapes are possible that were not possible 20 years ago.
And you've been doing this forever. So, I mean, how do you even know what to buy?
You try and see what your market is. You try and see what people are looking at online. It's amazing how much stuff is brought to us from some like SD and Pinterest that we realize we have to attend to that.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you see the TV shows and all those different things, and I guess you have to meet that market.
You just have to try and find what fits your market, but you can't really ignore any market because the public's too smart anymore.
Sure.
And nobody is left behind on this. It's all right out in front. So we just have to sort of throw a lot of stuff out and hope that it works.
Right. Well, you've done a good job. You've been in business a long time. So we can't ignore the whole environmental factor. And I know LEDs are a big thing. And I can admit that I was skeptical because I didn't like the first traditional LEDs that came out. And you've got some samples over here. Talk to me about the LEDs, the different color options, and just why someone picks LEDs over a traditional incandescent bulb.
Okay. LEDs, they crossed the line about 2 years ago, where the cost of them versus what you're going to gain in energy savings and just total life of the bulb really made it's an obvious choice. It's one of the few times I've ever seen a engineered program actually be successful. And so colors, the problem is a lot of people don't know what the colors are that are available in LED. And so you get people coming here saying, well, I tried LED, they're horrible. And the first thing we find out is they were actually talking compact fluorescence.
Are those the scrolly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that take like 20 minutes to heat up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's all old technology.
Okay.
Get rid of them, throw them in the trash.
Okay.
Or actually take
technology.
it down to where they have to be disposed of properly.
Okay. New technology. Tell us about that.
Okay. LEDs, light emitting diodes, basically they were originally designed to go up to 50,000 hours. Now probably the most practical ones are either 25,000 hours in life or up to 15,000 hours.
Okay.
But what happens, you get a big color difference. This is a 3,000.
Okay.
Really pretty white. This is a 2,700 degree Kelvin.
Okay.
And this one pretty much replicates regular incandescent light.
This has been amazing. I'm learning so much about lighting. Now I would love, can we take a tour?
Well, sure.
All right. So we've landed in this corner of the store. Jim, I love these lights. What style would you consider this group right here?
Well, it's sort of a mixture. You've got some industrial back here. This piece in the back is more or less retro, but plays off industrial. This was sort of a look that was actually really popular back in the 60s. It's now been reintroduced. This is contemporary. This is sort of your industrial again. Lots of different colors.
I love the mixed metals, but one thing that really catches my eye is the price tag. The price of these lights are so reasonable. Is this industrial look always this reasonable? I mean, is this just a reasonable style?
It isn't always. You can sort of spend what you want on it.
Okay.
But I think a mistake is made when you don't show the different levels you can do a certain look in. So yes, you can do it reasonably. I can also find you things that are similar to this, perhaps a little heavier in the way they look, for a lot more money.
Yeah, I found one up front that I've got my eye on that I love, and it's a little bit more expensive, but what I love about it is they coordinate with each other.
Yes.
So I could get that more expensive one, and I feel like it would really carry some of these less expensive ones and make it all seem like, I spent a lot of money on all of them.
Absolutely.
So, and the fact these bulbs are expensive, but all of these light fixtures come with these bulbs, or at least a lot of them do.
This one right here, this comes with the light bulbs, and those are normally about a $4 light bulb.
Yeah, so that's crazy. Those are all things to think of. I'm so excited. Can we go look at more?
Absolutely.
All right. Every diva needs some bling. Jim, I migrated towards this section because I love all the sparkles. Where do you see people putting these light fixtures?
We see them going almost any place in a house where they really want something to pop. So we'll see them sometimes in dining rooms, in entryways. In a bathroom over a nice tub is a really good spot to put those. They really pick up the room.
Can I tell you where I would put it?
Certainly.
So I would totally dress up my laundry room with one of these.
Hey,
Whatever,
all for that.
whatever a diva wants to do, right?
You got it.
All
They're
right.
always right.
Show me something else.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, Jim, I am drawn to these geometrics. Tell me a little bit about them and what options do I have when it comes to the geometric patterns?
Well, there's more out there than I could ever possibly show in one showroom. So like here we have a 3-tier that's somewhat of an industrial, somewhat of a contemporary chandelier. Obviously it takes a bigger size home for it, usually in an entryway or a great room. It does have matching pieces, and of course there are all sorts of variations on that. And the cluster lighting is something new that ties in with it also, whether you're using it in, say, like an office or even over a dining room table.
Yes, I love those. And I love these, spheres, and we've got rectangles, and I mean, I just love all of these different options. And one style that I forgot to mention that I know we didn't have time to look at, but I love the farmhouse chic. I love that look where you're mixing the old, and then I love bringing in a little bit of that bling, and just, it's a warm feeling. It's a hug.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't even know how to explain it. Maybe it's with all the TV shows and the different things that are out there, but I feel like, making your house your home is part of the whole lighting process. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Jim, I can't thank you enough for helping me and showing me all of these different ideas. There is more here than I could have ever imagined.
And there's way more that can be done. And
Oh my
thank
gosh.
you very much for.
Yeah, I'm overwhelmed already.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Leanne Lee, and I hope that this episode has helped light the way to make your house truly home. I'm Leanne Lee from divaofdiy.com.